Your person is feeling heavily burdened by the separation between the two of you, and the longing in their heart grows stronger with each passing day. The distance makes them feel cold and ignored, and this has left them overwhelmed with fear and pain. They find themselves in a place of vulnerability, craving your guidance, warmth, and support in matters of love and relationship. More than anything, they wish to feel your presence again, because without it, their emotions feel unstable and uncertain. Deep within, they are terrified of losing you completely, which is why they are resisting the urge to make any hasty or reckless decisions. That fear has become a constant voice in their mind, reminding them that if they were to lose you, no one else could ever truly replace you. Your energy is unlike anything they have ever known. It gives them a sense of healing, peace, and comfort that no one else can provide. In your presence, they feel safe to express their true romantic gestures, to open their heart without worry of judgment. They know that even when their emotions become too intense or when their passion and desires overwhelm them, you never make them feel ashamed. Instead, you allow them to feel free, accepted, and understood. Around you, they find themselves unable to hold back the deep emotions and sensual feelings that rise up inside them. You draw out a version of them that longs for connection, stability, and lasting love. They believe with all their heart that if they are with you, they can build a relationship that is stable, flourishing, and prosperous. They admire the way you proudly express your love for them without hesitation or fear of what others may think. That kind of devotion and loyalty is rare, and they know you have given it to them wholeheartedly. Deep down, they realize that no one in this entire world could ever love them the way you do. No matter how much they search, no matter how many people they meet, the love you give stands unmatched. You have shown them, time and again, how powerful and pure real love can be. In doing so, you opened their eyes to how wrongly they were treating the connection, how misguided their actions had been, and how much they had taken you for granted. Now, they want desperately to fix what has been broken. The separation has left them with an emptiness that cannot be filled by distractions or temporary pleasures. Your absence has created a void so deep that they feel it in every corner of their life. Each day without you reminds them of the imbalance in your relationship, the truth that you were the giver, offering your love and energy so generously, while they played the role of the taker, receiving but rarely giving back in equal measure. That realization haunts them now, because they finally understand the depth of your selflessness and how much they failed to honor it. They are beginning to see the consequences of their choices. Their actions, once brushed aside or minimized, now stare back at them like an unshakable reflection. The embarrassment is heavy. They know they acted like a player, careless and distracted, treating something sacred as though it could be replaced. What pains them most is the knowledge that you were always real, genuine, and honest in your love. You never hid your heart from them, never pretended to be anything other than authentic, yet they blew it all by not valuing what they had. This regret lingers with them constantly, growing heavier the more they think about what they've lost. Your person feels haunted not only by the pain of separation but also by the clarity that has come with time apart. They now understand that love is not something to take lightly. They know that your love is rare, that your connection is not something easily found again, and this awareness terrifies them. The thought of living without you fills them with dread. They crave your energy, your touch, your presence, because you bring a healing light into their life that they cannot find anywhere else. You have become their safe place, the one soul who truly accepts them for who they are. Despite all the mistakes, they hold on to the hope that it isn't too late to repair the damage. They want to come forward, to rebuild, to prove to you that they can be the person you need. They imagine a future where they are by your side, giving as much as they receive, creating balance in the relationship that once leaned too heavily on your giving spirit. They long to show you that they can change, that they can honor the love you have so selflessly given them. The truth is, they miss you more than they can put into words. Every memory of you feels like both a comfort and a torment, the comfort of knowing what love feels like and the torment of knowing they allowed it to slip away. The separation has become a teacher, one that has revealed to them the truth of who you are and what you mean to their life. They are no longer blind to the reality that you are irreplaceable. They are beginning to see that love, especially the kind you have offered, is not something that comes twice in a lifetime. Now, as they sit with their thoughts, they feel both sorrow and determination. Sorrow for the ways they hurt you, for the careless mistakes that created distance, and determination to find a way back to you, no matter how difficult it may be. They want to heal the wounds they caused, to restore the bond that once felt so strong and unbreakable. Deep inside, they know they can never escape the truth. You are the one who taught them what real love looks like, and they will never find another soul who can love them the way you do. My beloved, over the past 6 months, I have experienced epiphany after epiphany, as though life itself has been unfolding layers of truth before my eyes. Each moment of awakening has carried with it a weight, a clarity, and often a pain I did not expect. Many times, I felt the urge to reach out to you, to call you, to pour my heart out in long letters so that you might understand what I was discovering about myself and about life. Yet every time I tried, the words would vanish. It was as though my thoughts were bound, my voice restrained by something I could not name. You know those dreams where you try to cry out, to run, to move, and yet your body is frozen? That is exactly what it felt like inside of me. My heart ached to speak, to turn to you, to lean on you as I once did so easily, but instead I found myself silent, unable to break through the invisible wall that held me back. And in that silence, a realization dawned on me. I began to see that in my own absence, in my own hesitation, I may have caused you to feel the same way, that when you needed me most, I was not there. That thought struck me harder than any personal trial I had faced. I had been lost in my own storm, blind to the fact that you too may have been calling out in ways I did not hear, in moments when my presence could have steadied you. For that, my love, I am deeply and unreservedly sorry. So much has been pressing on my mind, and in truth, I have been grappling with the challenge of becoming a man, truly becoming one, in a world that is not always kind, gentle, or supportive toward men who are trying to awaken. This process of waking up, of seeing myself and my life with new eyes, has been the most difficult thing I have ever done. It has demanded that I strip away illusions, face uncomfortable truths, and walk away from patterns and attachments that no longer served me. Yet walking away was not easy. It felt like tearing pieces of myself apart, like abandoning the only life I had known. And still, despite the pain, little by little the truth kept revealing itself, refusing to be ignored no matter how I tried to run from it. As my life unraveled, it often felt like I was standing outside of myself, powerless to stop the changes that swept through. I watched as things I once clung to were stripped from me, roles, relationships, old identities, comforts I thought I needed. One by one, they were taken away, and I was left standing on what felt like an island, isolated, surrounded only by my thoughts, my memories, and the weight of my own heart. In that solitude, when the silence grew heavy, my mind always wandered back to you. I thought of us, of our bond, of the way you had stood beside me with a strength and devotion that humbled me. Those memories struck me in the deepest part of my being. At times, it felt like a wound in my gut, as if I had been cut off from my very life force. It was then I understood something I had not wanted to admit. I had walked away from the one person who accepted me as I am, without condition or demand. You stood beside me not just as a partner, but as a warrior goddess, unyielding, supportive, and fierce in your love. You saw me not just for what I was in the moment, but for what I could be, and you chose to stay by my side even when I faltered. That truth has haunted me and healed me all at once, for in remembering your strength, I have also remembered my own. I wish I could put into words the depth of what I have felt during these months. There were nights when I lay awake, staring into the darkness, wondering if you could still feel me reaching for you across the distance. There were mornings when the weight of regret pressed down so heavily that I could barely rise from bed. And yet, woven into all of that pain was also gratitude, gratitude for having known a love so profound that even in absence, it continues to shape me. My beloved, if I seemed distant, if I seemed cold or absent, please know that it was never because my love for you had faded. On the contrary, it was precisely because that love is so deep that I struggled with the fear of failing it, of not being enough for you, of not knowing how to bring all of myself to the table when parts of me were still breaking apart. I see now that love does not demand perfection, it only asks for presence, for honesty, for the courage to show up even when the words are clumsy and the heart is trembling. That is a lesson I am still learning, but I want to learn it with you. As I continue on this path of awakening, I carry you in every step, in every breath. You are the reminder of what is real, the mirror that reflects back to me the man I am meant to become. I cannot undo the moments I was absent, but I can promise you this: I will no longer allow silence to stand between us. When I stumble, I will reach for your hand. When words fail me, I will still try, because you deserve my voice, my truth, my whole being. You are, and will always be, my heart's fiercest companion, my warrior goddess, my beloved. Do you miss me? I can't help but wonder if your heart aches the way mine does, if the silence between us weighs on you the same way it crushes me. I feel in my bones that you do, because I know you, I know your soul. I imagine you lying awake at night, restless and frustrated, carrying the burden of this unending no-contact situation, and I feel it too. It's unbearable at times, and yet I endure it, just as you must be enduring it, because despite everything, I love you. My queen, you have all of my attention, every moment, every hour, no matter what I am doing or where I go. You are with me, always in my thoughts, always etched into the rhythm of my days. I could be surrounded by people, drowning in noise and distraction, yet my mind still finds its way back to you. That is the hold you have over me. That is the power of the love I carry for you. And I know why we are here. I cannot pretend otherwise. We are standing on opposite sides of this painful silence because of my inaction, because I failed to move when I should have, because I let fear guide me instead of love. For that, I am endlessly regretful. I replay the moments in my head, the opportunities where I could have shown up differently, the times when I could have met your openness with the same vulnerability, but I didn't. And now here we are, trapped in this space where your heart has closed to me, and I am left with the knowledge that it is my fault. What haunts me most is how others get to experience what I pushed away. I'm jealous of every person who gets to bask in your light, to hear your laughter, to feel your warmth radiating through their presence. They don't even know how blessed they are to stand in the company of someone as rare, as loving, as vibrant as you. If they truly understood, they would never take a second of your energy for granted. They would treasure it. They would hold you the way I should have held you. My heart twists with envy at the thought of anyone else experiencing what I once had, the way your energy lights up a room, the way your eyes speak volumes even when your lips are silent. When I come back, and I want all of you. I don't just want fragments of your time, fleeting conversations, or glimpses of your affection. I want your undivided attention. I want to sink into you completely, to be present in every moment with you, without fear, without hesitation. I've been yearning, not just for your touch, not just for the sensual closeness we shared, but for the deeper bond, the emotional intimacy, the unspoken understanding, the feeling of being seen and accepted by you. That is what I crave most. That is what I have been missing, more than words can describe. But do you feel the same? That is the question that gnaws at me. I have no idea what you think of me now. Once upon a time, you were so open with your feelings. You gave me your heart with such honesty, such transparency, and I foolishly failed to cherish it. You would tell me what you felt, you would allow me into your inner world, and I took it for granted. Now, you give me nothing. Your silence is absolute. It's like staring into a locked door, knowing that on the other side is the person I love, but I no longer have the key. And I know that it's because of me. I know that it's the result of the way I mishandled your love, the way I failed to protect the openness you once offered so freely. It must have been devastating for you, my sudden shift into distance and coldness. I know it must have felt like betrayal, like a rug pulled out from beneath your feet. One day you had me, present and warm, and then, almost without warning, I froze you out. I can only imagine the confusion, the heartbreak, the deep sting of rejection you must have felt. It wasn't fair to you. It wasn't what you deserved. And though time has passed, the thought of it still eats at me. Please, believe me when I say it was never because I lacked love for you. If anything, it was because I loved you so much that I was terrified. Terrified of losing you. Terrified of giving myself completely and then being left broken. Fear consumed me in ways I couldn't admit at the time, and instead of leaning into you, I pulled away. I thought distance would protect me from pain, but all it did was create more pain, both for you and for me. Now, with this time apart, I see everything more clearly. I see how wrong I was. I see how cowardly my choices were. Love is not meant to be guarded with fear. It is meant to be surrendered to, fully and without conditions. You gave me that, and I failed to return it. And yet, even now, after all my mistakes, my love for you has not dimmed. If anything, it has grown heavier, deeper, more consuming. I think of you constantly, and though I do not know if your heart still has space for me, I cannot stop myself from hoping. My queen, if you could only see inside me, you would know that my love has never faltered. It was never absence of love that pushed me away, it was fear, it was doubt, it was my own weakness. But I am learning, I am changing, and more than anything, I long for another chance. Another chance to be the man you believed I could be, the man who cherishes your openness, who protects your heart instead of wounding it. Until that day comes, I will carry you with me, in every thought, in every breath, in every beat of my heart.